Geeks in Malaysia.
And welcome to another show of Geeks in Malaysia meets.
Stop that.
Amelia.
This is also the McYap Fries Movie podcast where I'm Ian.
And I'm Gavin.
I'm Amelia Chen.
I'm Dorian.
I'm Khairil M, Bahar, and Amelia.
Yes.
You know the microphone is facing that way, so when you talk to the camera, we don't hear you as much.
I think to some people that's a good thing.
Hey!
Oh, we have guests.
Yes, we do. And introducing our guests, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm.
You can look anywhere, it doesn't matter.
Because my mic's right.
Like the camera does not exist. We're just having a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I'll fix it in post.
And this is.
This is
is?
Mia, Sara, Shauki, and I'm chilling with you guys.
And so we're going to be talking about a Geng Kubur today. The movie came out a while ago in the cinemas, but it's coming out on Netflix on August 25th. And we thought this would be a unique opportunity to just do like a fun little collaboration between the Geeks and McYap Fries, and also to have a couple of cast members here. So Sufiyan played Farhan, and Mia played Melati in the film. And we figured it'd also be fun because everyone here's seen it or been in it or made it. So it would be fun to have a conversation in the know, just to talk about things that you were curious about, that interested you, that, things that you want to know that may or may not interest the viewer and listener.
And I mean, if you don't know already, Gavin Yap is the director of Geng Kubur, and Kai was also the cinematographer and DOP for Geng Kubur. So it's literally everyone here, well, except the three of us.
Yeah.
So we're the interviewers,
yes.
and then they're the guests.
But I mean, having said that, like while we're doing this, Sophie and Mia, if you suddenly have questions that you want to ask about,
Actually, yeah.
If you have questions you want to ask me, or you want to ask Kai, or if for some bizarre reason you have questions for these three.
If you have any questions on international project management of IT projects, let me know.
Keep that in mind for the Q&A again.
Yeah. Like, where'd you get that T-shirt? I mean, whatever. So
Well,
I'm not the host today!
Ian, you've got the notes. Why don't you start?
And I'm good, you go ahead.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, so like, what does it feel like, guys? Like now the movie's done, the big screen release is over. Like, how are you guys feeling about the movie now? Especially now that it's going on to Netflix. Like, what are your thoughts about the project currently?
I guess for me, I'm really excited because there are some of my friends that didn't manage to watch it during the first round. So I'm glad that they have the means to do so now.
Just gonna adjust your mic real quick.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
For some reason.
Hello. Yes. Just really, really excited to do that and to be able to watch with them in the comfort of our own home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something actually. Now that the press kind of process is all over and the junkets and everything else, what do you guys think of the movie?
I will say once like its theater release rounds was over, there was like a 1 week, 2 week period after that where I was just like, I really want to watch it again. And I've seen it like 5 times at this point.
Yeah.
But it's just more of like a very nice nostalgic moment for me to really watch it, because I had so much fun doing the film itself. So
Yeah. Same here. I mean, leading up to it, I was really nervous because this was my first time doing something as big as this.
Yeah.
But once you're in the midst of it, you don't really realize that it's going to be over, And by the time that we reach the end of the first week, where I realized I will not be able to see these people this often, I got a bit, a little sad in the moment. Yeah, there were some tears while I was watching the movie with them. So I'm just, I just miss everyone.
I mean, speaking of which, I mean, looking at the film, the four of you definitely had a huge chemistry together. You guys look like you grew up together. Do you guys still hang out and stuff after the film was done?
Yeah,
We just did.
we did. We just did actually last week.
like last week.
Yeah.
Mia sent me Mia WhatsApp me a photo of the four of them like hanging out, like getting roti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to go hiking or something, but then it rained and so they couldn't go. And then later, I went and stalked them on their on their Instagram stories and saw that they went like climbing, like indoor climbing and stuff. And I just
It's
felt,
wholesome as fuck.
yeah, it just warmed the cockles of my heart. To use an old Joe Hashem phrase.
Hold on. So you guys, the four of you, last week, if it didn't rain, you guys were gonna go into a jungle together.
Have you not learned your lesson by now?
Okay, there's a story.
Were you
here.
wearing the same wardrobe?
There's a story here.
There's an
Okay.
even
You should
crazier.
still go hiking because imagine the people who saw the film bumped into you and like, what the fuck?
Get out of this forest!
And then behind them, just jumping around.
The reason why we even wanted to go in is even like crazier.
Okay, so this all started because Lion's never been hiking, and I wanted to take him because I go to Kiara Park quite often, and the reason why I do it because I've been trying to find this one location in there that's 40 minutes in. I only came across it once and never again. And Lion was quite intrigued by it. It's a pretty
I think we've discovered the sequel idea.
Yep.
yeah, it's a pretty mysterious location. There's it's a shrine.
Oh.
It's a shrine.
What kind of shrine?
They try to find it to get back
Like
to their
a- like
own
a-
time.
A black magic shrine. So yeah, when I mentioned it to Lion, and the first time I went there was with a friend. A few years back, we somehow came across it, and it was really creepy. I took some pics, and then we left. And I tried finding it again, and I couldn't find it again. So when I mentioned it to Lion, he was like, "Okay, we got to do it." And somehow I roped the whole gang together, and we tried going there again. Exactly, dude. Like when you guys gave me the script, I was like, dude, this is the kind of stuff I do in real life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's like evidence, like pictures of the shrine, and like he took pictures
dude,
of like the.
It's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up.
Y'all need to get on this, Gavin. I need to see this as a sequel.
I am discovering this the same time.
So this is where it starts, guys. This is the germ of the next movie, guys.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, so tune into Netflix. Hype up the movie. Maybe Netflix give us money. Give them money.
Yeah, but unfortunately that Sunday, I guess luck wasn't on our side, and it started raining really, really bad. So
Or was it? If
we
you'd gone
called
to
it
the
off.
shrine, things could have gone bad.
Maybe that was an omen that it was raining that
yeah.
day.
Maybe,
Someone
It's
was
like,
trying to
I
protect
saw
you.
that movie. I'm hiding from you.
They're gonna discover a secret. Cannot.
You're not gonna make money off of this.
Oh, that's awesome. I have no idea. That's great.
So what was it like shooting this movie in the woods or jungle? Because you didn't go as far into the woods as you did in the Pontianak. Did you on this, Kevin?
No, I mean, well, actually, in Pontianak, there wasn't a whole lot of jungle scenes in Pontianak. There was mostly banana orchards. But the banana orchard that we did shoot in was pretty big, and fairly remote. In terms of like the jungle areas, there were more sort of woods that were foresty areas that were nearby the kampong houses that we were shooting in. It wasn't really, compared to Geng Kubur, there wasn't really many jungle scenes. But with Geng Kubur, it kind of felt like I was spending a lot of time in the damn jungle because just before then we had shot, or not just before, but the last thing I had shot was also in the same jungle, which was Murder by Moonlight. So like there were no jungle scenes except in my episodes.
Yeah.
So like once again into the jungle. But it was handy in the sense that because I had directed those Murder by Moonlight episodes, I knew that location relatively well.
Okay.
So when it came time to do recce for Geng Kubur, I had a much clearer idea of where to look for certain things in that location. And really, when the interesting thing is that because you're trying to give the impression that this jungle is huge and vast, but in terms of actual sort of like shooting places within the Ululangat jungle, wasn't that many.
No,
Wasn't that many. Like we had to utilize.
it's a very dense jungle.
You can't get in.
Yeah.
So, you know, like,
There's only like certain open areas.
yeah. So there'll be spots where like, oh, this will look good. And we'll be like, yeah,
Enough
we can
for-
fit one cast member. We can't stick the camera in. We can't stick the lights in. We can't find a place for you.
Yeah. So it's interesting, like given those restrictions of the location, that when you see the film, it actually does look like
Yeah,
it looks
multiple,
someone-
like a huge
like
ass.
a huge jungle. I mean, and the drone shots really add to that as well.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the hardship for the cast then, all that jungle work?
No, not really, no.
Just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Just the leeches, I guess.
I guess so, but even that wasn't that much of like a.
Yeah, it wasn't a big issue.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. I was like, judging from like his story, but then again, Kai, you shot 3 projects in a row
Yeah.
in that jungle. Because after Geng Kubur, you shot one more production
Yes.
in the same jungle.
Yes.
What's it called again?
Ngesot.
Yes.
So, but we didn't go to the
Snake.
main area that we shot, right? So the spot with the fallen down trees that you have to go under.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we shot all around there. You know? So the jungle, the main jungle in Geng Kubur is just Leech Haven, right? Like I was like covered head to toe, and even then, once like they couldn't get through my legs, they'd start landing from the sky. So
Sky leeches!
I'd be peeing, and there'd be a leech on my shoulder just slowly inching closer whilst I'm trying to pee, like, back up! Back up! But then the other jungle, less leeches,
Oh.
but tons of vipers.
Oh.
You know, so that was a different experience.
How long were you guys in the jungle for
For
Geng
Geng
Kubur?
Kubur.
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
And how long was the entire like shoot process?
22 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to sound a bit of an obscure question, but how was the weather while you were shooting in the jungle?
You know what? We were really lucky.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
Except for the
were-
last day.
Yeah, the last day kind of like pissed down on us, but we were really, really lucky. And so the jungle scenes are split between, it's primarily Hululangat, and then the entrance of when they first sort of enter the jungle, that area, and when they come across that abandoned house, and when they're before they get to the scene where the leech scene happens, that's all Gombak, which was also where we shot like most of the drone shots with the car and the overhead shots. Sorry, what was the question?
How was the weather?
How's the weather?
Yes.
Oh, right. So no. There's a reason I brought up Gombak. It's like, why did I bring up Gombak? Okay, yeah. When we were shooting with the low loader, the car,
Okay.
car
Yeah.
scenes,
Yeah.
and so it was starting to rain then, and and then the team was like, do you want to get the guy in? You want to get the Bomo?
yeah.
You want to get the Bomo in to like do his little rain dance and shit. and I'm like, fuck it, whatever, man, whatever. Just like if this shit works, like I'm a believer. Fucking guy came in, rain went away. Rain like in half an hour, like skies cleared. I'm like, fucking, I'm 100% on board. This guy's the shit.
And it was a window as well, right? It was like, you got to get it done within this time.
Yeah.
And sure enough, within that time, after that time has passed,
Yeah.
click, like
Yep.
clockwork.
Yeah. So
But
it's,
if it had rained anyway, you still have to pay the guy.
yep.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
true.
It's not results-based payment.
Yep. Fuck you, pay me.
And I'm sure you might have gotten this question before, but being something that deals with supernatural stuff, did anything interesting happen on the set
Oh,
supernaturally?
wow. Top Malay press question.
I'm
Number
sorry.
one.
Oh, I'm fascinated with these things. I want to know.
Feeding her mia to do.
Nothing supernatural, but I did remember on that day with the low loader. I remember because of the rain, there was a family trapped on the other side of the river.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had to stop shooting for a while because bomba,
Yeah.
police,
Yeah, police were coming.
emergency services,
Yeah.
so the road just did not look clear at all.
Was it like a
And they
couple
were
hours?
slowing down our schedule, so I was just being a total dick.
Because it rained
Fuck, what are they doing
really
there?
heavily, and there's this big river, right, which was where we shot Ngesot, and that river, when it rains, the flow is fast. And these fuckers thought during monsoon season, let's go for a picnic across the river.
Okay.
So basically, they were trapped, like some child was trapped.
Yeah.
Or,
We found out later.
Yeah.
We didn't know the details.
But in the
Instead, you were
meantime,
just
Gavin was
cursing
just
at them
like,
saying,
these
"Fuck off."
fucking tourists!
No, I mean, we knew a family was trapped, but we didn't know the details.
Could Could you rescue them after the shot?
It's like we got just 2 more.
And then
I
we'll
think, I
help.
think half our crew was helping them just to speed shit up, wasn't he?
I can't remember that. Maybe.
That
Wouldn't
just
surprise
ticked
me.
Gavin off more, did it?
I do remember because like we were like happy and all. We're like, fuck it, let's just sort this out.
Maybe.
Speaking of, well, is Gavin much of a tyrant on set, or?
No.
Yes.
Cool.
How much did that cost you, Gavin?
I hear the sincerity in the voices.
Still paying.
3 weeks of rehearsals, yeah?
10 days. About 10 days.
No, I just meant the rehearsals for the Gavin's
Oh,
Great.
right.
No, but yeah.
But you had 10 days of rehearsals before the shoot.
It was, I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I think it was 10 days.
Something like that. I remember
Yeah.
it was definitely 3 weeks lah.
Yeah,
Something
because
like that,
we brought in Bella Rahim,
Yeah.
who also played the Hantu Kope, to take the cast for basically theater exercises and character exercises, and I think she had 4 sessions.
Yeah.
I think she had 4 sessions with the cast, and I sat in for like some of two of the sessions, but they were pretty much. She pretty much like was working with them to sort of loosen them up and also just to get them to start communicating with each other and to get them working with each other. And then after that, she released them to me, and I had them for like about 10 days for rehearsals for scene work before we started shooting. And also in the middle of while we were rehearsing, we were doing camera tests, makeup tests, costume tests, all of
Yeah.
that stuff as well.
And how did you guys find that coaching period?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
It was fun. It was fun. For me, I remember I went for an audition, and then the next day was like the first day of rehearsal.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. So kind of like had to just jump in and just float.
Yeah. No, Farhan was the last one to be cast because, and this is no secret. We had already cast someone else as Farhan, and we had to let him go in the last minute, not because of anything he did or anything, but we weren't able to get his schedule. So we weren't able to get his schedule to sort out our schedule, and when we finally did get his schedule, it just was not workable.
Okay.
And we asked them, is this flexible? And they were like, no. And then we're like, well, we have to let him go. And I put full responsibility on the management for that. I don't blame the talent at all. But then after that, we were kind of scrambling. We were scrambling to find a new lead, and I was asking around, and I asked Mia, it's like, is there anyone that you can recommend? And she gave me a list of actors to recommend. I mean, to get in touch with, and he was one of them. And full credit to her. I had, full credit to her. He was in the middle.
Yeah, I just slipped
Like,
in.
he wasn't top of the list, bottom of the list. Like, he was slap bang in the middle.
No, he's been holding on to this the whole press cycle. Like, how does it feel now to be his, like, not even, I was going to say, I was joking about, like, how does it feel to be his second choice? Apparently, you weren't even that.
I love you from the middle of my heart.
Guess I know my number.
Number 5.
Actually, speaking of the audition process, your bunch of actors, the 4 actors, were these people that you casted through an audition process, or did some of them you already knew?
No, they all auditioned.
All right.
Oh, so
They all auditioned.
how long was the casting process like prior to?
It was, it took a little while. It didn't, if we were to have done everything, like really, really compact, if you just sort of think about the number of days, it's not that long. But we started it a few months in advance.
Okay.
Like just sort of trying to figure out like who we wanted. And also because actors in this particular age group, I don't necessarily know who's new anymore or who the new talents are. Like I know some,
Yeah.
but there's a whole bunch I don't.
Yeah.
And so that was also a process of trying to find out like, well, who's who's new and exciting. I knew from the very beginning that I wanted Mia to audition for it.
I was gonna ask Mia, what was the audition process like for you? Then it's like, oh, he wanted you. Okay.
Well, what I would do is that I would ask the actors to send in a recording of themselves doing a monologue of their choice.
Yeah.
So I could get to see them doing something that
they like.
that they feel that they do well, and then based on that I would call them in to do a reading and to have a chat. So yeah, if I wasn't crazy about the video, then no point calling you in.
Because
And
So wait, what kind of monologues were they?
she did a monologue translated into Malay from Suspiria.
the original one or the
the
remake?
2019 one.
The Dakota Johnson one.
The Dakota Johnson one. Yeah. Which was originally in German, then translated into English, then translated into Malay. Yeah.
Fair.
Deep cut.
Yep. And she's the only one whose video monologue I remember what it was. So
Again, just shitting all over
Yeah.
Sufi here. Just like,
Poor guy.
Sufi's tape was damn short.
Was Sufi's tape just? You talking to me? You talking to me?
I remember it was like it was just under a minute.
Yeah.
And it was, but it was good enough to be like, yeah, call this guy.
What did you do for your tape?
Actually, it was for another audition.
Did you get that job?
I didn't get that job, but that production kind of didn't pan out for other reasons.
Right.
But I was happy with that one, and because it was like so last minute, like Ned contacted me
Yeah.
like a day before this I came in for an audition, and I was like, oh crap, I don't have anything, so go for the old Google Drive.
Yes, that is a big tip, guys. Actors, please just have a repertoire in your fucking Google
Recycle,
Drive.
reuse.
Okay?
Guy, it just feels like Sufi made you his second choice first. Before he could get her. You know?
What are you gonna do?
But yeah, as a filmmaking crew, you were all one big family, right?
No, we really were. We really were.
Including all the infighting.
There was no infighting. No. Yeah. You know, I mean, it was.
Oh, what's that, Sufi?
Yeah, there wasn't any fighting.
Oh, I thought you said
Trying to stir the pot, like stir shit up.
No, it's hands down the best shoot I've ever been
Yeah,
on.
there was a point where Sufi was like, "Will you stop moving the fucking lights behind me?"
Good for you.
No, we are the gold standard.
Funny if that happened.
It would be funny. Like, just give me 1 hot minute.
Let's go.
So Mia, so you have been in other shoots before.
Yes.
Like how does this production, like the process of working on this show, does it differ in any way to the other stuff that you've done? Is this is a different way that they do things in the wider industry? Or
well, I've
compared to something like Ninja and Casa, say.
or like Wizards of what?
Wayang Wongsawak?
1 hour.
1 hour, there it
Yeah.
is.
Wizards of Wangsa Walk. What?
Yeah. Shamil did a
Cut that
thing
out, pitch
for
No, not Shamil.
No, Shamil.
It was Redcom.
Yes.
It was directed by Imri Nasution and Junat.
Ah.
Yeah. Of course. So, I mean, I've said this in all of the interviews about Geng Kubur, but I feel like my favorite time on a set is with Geng Kubur. Like, it doesn't compare to any other set I've worked on. It's really what a dream that an actor or like any crew member would want, which is to finish on time or to get along with everyone. That's all of those dreams were achieved in Geng Kubur. So I really have no complaints.
Kasihan Sufiyan, because this is one of your first big screen debut.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be poisoned after this.
Spoiled.
Oh yeah, no,
Spoiled.
definitely. Spoiled rotten. Dude, we were consistently finishing hours before the scheduled end time, you know?
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I need to understand this.
Like not like finish on time. We were
3 hours.
underrunning almost every day.
Yeah.
But there's a reason for that, and it was a happy accident that I didn't quite realize was gonna happen. Was that because most of the scenes happen in the daytime, so because of that, you're guaranteed to wrap at dinner.
Yes.
You know, so
yeah.
and that's if you go until the end of the day.
Yeah.
Most of the time, because it was a very well organized shoot, and that is pure testament to the
AD
team. You know, the AD team and the line producing team. Like Joanne and Bella were my AD team. Kay's Ng was my line producer. Her team with Sky and Oscar, they were incredible. They were an incredible team, and one of the main reasons why the shoot was so smooth is because of them. But also, because I wrote the script, I also wrote the edit, so I really knew exactly what shots I wanted. So it wasn't one of these things where it's like, okay, well, I think we'll get some coverage of here, get some coverage. I mean, I knew exactly what I wanted. And so because of that, and because I had such an efficient team, we moved really fast. So most days, we were wrapping like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before we were early. And so because of that, everybody got to go back early, eat, like take their time at dinner, be well rested for the next day. And it's incredible what that does for morale.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
everyone was in insanely good mood every day. And because of that, when there were days where we had to go a bit late, everyone was completely happy to do it. Because it's like, no, yeah, well, we understand. We understand
You
this is
take
going to
care
be
of them,
late.
they'll take care of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Take good advantage
Exactly.
of your team.
And I had my experience on Pontianak was quite different because Pontianak was predominantly night shoots. And it was a shoot that we were basically trying to squeeze a 35-day shoot into 27 days. And because of that, the crew was insanely overworked. And it was quite a traumatic experience for everyone involved, especially for me, like just seeing how run down everyone was by the end of the shoot. And I was like, I'm never fucking doing this again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never doing this again. Like, if I need 35 days, you give me 35 days. Whereas with this, I was like, yeah, no, it's workable. We were scheduled for 25 days. We finished in 22. So that was something that I'm really proud of. But it's because of the team. It's because of the specificity of the shots in the script.
Altogether.
And also because it was predominantly a day shoot.
And so I was going to ask, was that a reaction to Pontianak? Because like,
Yeah,
I'm doing
was
this
it a
shit today, I'm not
consideration?
doing it at nighttime anymore.
No, I mean, not really. It was. That's why I say it's a happy accident. The reason why a lot of it's in the day comes from the kind of the idea that when you see a horror film, if it's a night scene and then you cut to the daytime, everyone relaxes. And I was like, well, because no one thinks anything scary is going to happen in the day. So when you see a horror film where scary shit happens in the daytime, it just kind of like gives you this jolt. And so, and that was the main reason why I wanted things to happen in the day. I wanted to, well, first of all, I wanted to play with color. I really wanted to be able to bring out the greens and the green of the like the jungle,
greens,
and
yeah.
also having a
greens.
contrast with the colors that the characters wear. But also, I just really liked the idea of scary things happening in the daytime, and so there's nowhere to hide.
Just
basically.
go against
Yeah.
the stereotype, right?
Yeah. So that was
trope.
the main reason. The main reason of setting in the day wasn't so much a reaction to Pontianak.
There's a question for Kai, because Kai's here also.
Just handling the board.
Was it difficult to invest the scenes that are all set in bright daylight with a sense of menace?
It's okay. Not really, because I mean, okay, so my jumping off point for like trying to figure out how to do a horror film in daylight was Wicker Man. Because Wicker Man is just 100% in the daylight in the summer. Summer in Scotland, but still summer. There's only like I think one night scene.
Yeah, where Britt Eklund dances naked on the wall.
Yeah, and there's an orgy in the park.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
Little shouts to the mic there, Gavin.
apart from that, it's just bright as hell. But
Yeah.
what's creepy is what's happening.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like what's creepy is what's happening. So might as well just light the jungle as the jungle.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about the main jungle we were shooting in is that you have a lot of tree cover, but you have these pockets of light that come out really nicely. And it's also, there's both a blessing and a curse. There's not a lot of wind, right?
Great for sound, but bad for shooting.
Great for sound.
Because you're like, panas gila, ba?
Great for cloud cover, but yeah, this is the shoot where I lost weight. This is 100% definitely the shoot where it's like, okay, I'm getting slimmer. Just simply from that heat.
Yeah.
And also just covering up because like, I don't want leeches, but I'm warm.
Losing a lot of water weight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the leeches, like, you know, you're wearing like your leech socks and you're wearing your pants, and then like I'm wearing like a t-shirt with like a long sleeve shirt, t-shirt over it, and then I got my.
And then you still find a leech in your underwear.
Makeup must have had a tough time on set.
Oh, yeah.
Also adding on to that, I mean,
Shout
both
out
of-
to Momo and Ivan Makeup.
Yes.
Great, awesome people, love them.
both of you have worked on multiple projects together. Has it come to also a point where you can read Gavin's ideas of shots that it's much easier to communicate with each other in terms of getting that shot that you need?
Or is it a nightmare?
Kinda. I mean, did I fuck up at any point?
No.
Because I think also. No? Question mark?
No, but it is funny. Like you do read my expressions, my facial
But it's
expressions
also.
very well.
It's not the expression. It's more of like, I understand your references.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can. And I know he's not trying to copy a shot. You know, like sometimes be like, oh no, something like, you know, that scene in this movie. And like, okay. But I get what he's meaning by that, as opposed to trying to recreate the exact shot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a simple reference would be the bit in Fan Yang's dream nightmare sequence, right? And then when you see the hulking dad, and there's that sliver of light, and all Gavin said was like Hulk and the Avengers. I'm like, got it. And then the tricky part is trying to explain that in Malay to my grip and Gaffer. You know, it's like. Avengers, kau pernah nampak tak? Belum. Letak lampu sikit je. Huh? And then they're all trying to figure out like, what the fuck? Putting like tape everywhere. But yeah, so being able to have the same references helps.
Yeah.
You know, and because I love working with Gavin more than any other director. You know, from the beginning, like the same way he spoiled you guys, he spoiled me. Because Take Me to Dinner was the first time I totally DP'd 100% for another director.
Yeah.
And like from there,
Also, the first time I AD'd. Well, I
There you
mean,
go.
for another director.
so like right there, like I could see his process. And his process is fun because he draws these really rough thumbnails, right? But from the thumbnails, you know exactly how he's going to edit it, right? So then if we're overrunning or the space doesn't allow it, you know what his intention is, so you can kind of figure out everything from there. Or
Which
in
is
the case of like things really fucking things up, we try and figure out something new.
yeah, which is something that both of you share. Having worked with both of you before, like you guys, if time is of the essence and you need to get the shot, you guys are very flexible and willing to explore other ways to shoot certain things.
Although there was one shot that I wish we could have gotten another day in the jungle to do.
Which one's that? Oh right, yeah. You know what? I am not. I got no problem with that.
It bugs the hell out of me.
No. The green screen was better. Oh, wait. Are you talking about like with the rig?
Yeah, the rig.
No. The green screen was better. The rig looked fake.
Which is the
No, I'll tell you why the rig looked fake.
Why?
We rushed it so bad, like that last, you know, like trying to rush it. Number one, the performances obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
But also, we lit it for a bright day on that platform.
Right.
And then when we finally got the shot, it was the cloudiest fucking time ever because it's in between rain. So visually, like I get it. Like it looks
contrast.
like fake green screen because
It does.
the subjects are so much brighter than the forest. You're like, this looks fake.
Yeah.
You know,
But
because we had no time to adjust it. It's just like, it's gonna come back in 5 minutes. Quick, just spin the fucker.
How was that like being on that platform and being spun?
You want to go first?
It was like a day at Disneyland. That lasted like 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean,
A very disorientating day at Disneyland.
it's like when you get off a ride and you're like, where am I?
Yeah.
Where do I go now?
I think we were eating lunch or something, and I kind of see them like constructing this thing off to the side. I'm like, whoa, what's going on there?
Uh-oh.
What's that torture device? Maybe the poor guy gets struck to that later.
Is that our surprise of
And
the
then
last
in
day?
the end, like we had to go and get the green screen plates. We had to basically sneak into the jungle because the military were training.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was me, Kai, and Paul Hashem, my art director.
So you imagine these 3 people with a tripod just running in circles with a camera just nonstop, like. themselves. Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Like, this was after we wrapped.
Right.
We all, the 3 of us went back in there and
Ayo.
just. I mean, but that's what I mean. Like, it all kind of doesn't matter how much money you have in your budget. It all boils down to the same like guerrilla indie shit. We're just 3 guys just running around in circles.
I want to see footage of that.
I might have like something on my iPhone.
But I think what was interesting and exciting about that rig is that that was the one thing that we didn't know how it was gonna turn out or look. Like, it was really just kind of like building it. Like, we asked
We
Sunny,
couldn't
it's
test
like,
it. We
yeah,
didn't have
asked,
time to test it. It
Yeah.
took a day to build.
Yeah.
Actually, no, a day to put it on set. It took another day to build it offset
Yeah.
and
Yes.
then bring it. You know.
So we really had no idea if it was gonna work or not. So that was exciting, you know.
Okay. What was the inspiration behind that shot? Do you have an inspiration, or is it just something cool you wanted to try?
That was something that Kai. I mean, it was Kai's idea. It was something that we came up with when, like,
You were
leading.
trying to figure out the portal thing.
Yeah, like leading up to the shoot, Kai and I would have regular meetings where we would go over the shot list, we would go over what we wanted to do for each scene and all of that. And so when it came for that part, kind of the third act, so like climax, we were trying to. I wanted to. My idea was that I kind of wanted it to feel like everything was just sort of like spinning around them or something, or that there were
like the forest was warping.
yeah, like the forest was warping and like
Without using
and to
CGI.
make it like very trippy and disorientating. And then that was where he sort of came up with. And I remember you drew this rough sketch of what the rig might be, and I'm like, that looks amazing. I have no idea what it is. Do it.
Did you build it?
No.
Paul did. Okay.
No,
Sunny.
Oh,
at
sorry,
Gutso
sorry,
Grips.
Yeah,
Okay.
awesome grip guy.
Oh my god.
Awesome grip guy.
No,
Like
fucking legend.
every idea we had, he had something to set it up.
Yeah.
You know?
like
And
this guy was fucking amazing.
and quick. Like we'd have an idea, and then the next day, like, what's this? That's that thing you were talking about. Like, oh. Cool. Hey Gavin, check this out.
And he got excited about stuff like when Kai was like telling him how we wanted to introduce Fang Liang's like nightmare sequence, how we wanted to do the transition from Fang Liang, the back of looking at the back of Fang Liang's head for when he turns around, and then when he turns around, you cut to the nightmare sequence, and for the camera to move around him to reveal the home, the house, you know. And I loved that fucking shot. And when Kai was talking to Sunny about that, Sunny's eyes lit up, and he was excited about it. And like he built this, he didn't have to build the rig, but he kind of. When he set the shot up, he was very excited, and it was just cool.
Because I remember
Speaking of
we
that,
were shooting at the school,
Mm-hmm.
right? He was building that rig outside the school.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So when we finished the day at the school, like, what's this? Oh, this for Fan Liang's house. Like, oh shit. So we could actually physically see it. Like, yeah, this will work. And then when we got to set, he just literally ka-chunk.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fang Liang's nightmare sequence was day 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
day
wow.
3 of shoot.
Okay.
Lion's hilarious. That was my first time like working like one-on-one with him, because before then it was all like group stuff.
Ensemble
And
thing.
that's quite an intense sequence. And there was one part where I was like, because he's very subtle. He's a very subtle actor. He doesn't necessarily want to like go full out.
Oh.
And so I would talk to him. I was like, can you give me a bit more? Can you give me a little bit more? And he's like, you want a little extra seasoning? And I was like, yeah. He's like, how much? I was like, I want full, go full Ajinomoto. And he's like, okay. And it's just killed it. No, but like Lion's sense of humor is just
Oh yeah, he
fucking,
was fun
he's
on
fucking
set.
hilarious. The 4 of them
Fun on
together are
set.
just insane, and then you throw Moose in there, it just takes it to another level.
Now, you guys went to Ho Chi Minh Film Festival, right?
Yes.
How did the Vietnamese audiences react to a film like this?
I mean, it was a small house.
Okay.
But from what I could tell, the people who were there who saw it really enjoyed it. I mean, it's always one of those funny things. I mean, you know, the people who don't like it don't talk to you. So as far as I know, they all loved it. No, but when we were at the Q&A, like there was quite a lot of questions, and it wasn't even like like the chairwoman.
Yeah.
Like the chairwoman of the
entire event.
Yeah,
came to
was
watch.
there, and she was asking. She had quite a few, like she stopped the Q&A from ending so she could ask more questions. So I mean that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And you know, do you remember who was taking care of us?
Is it Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian.
Ian, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we had like the fest. I mean, it's quite normal that when you go to a festival, there's someone to take care of you. There's someone to sort of like show you around and let you make sure you get to your appointments on time and all of that. And so the young girl who was helping us, Yuen, is it?
Yes.
Yuen, yeah.
Yuen.
Really, really sweet girl, and she really enjoyed the film. Like she really liked it. And then even after like we left and everything, it was still there was still like a couple of messages. It's just sort of like saying like, oh, you know, miss you guys, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, that was cool.
And for the actors, was that like your first time getting that big red carpet crazy thing going on?
To that scale, yes.
How was that? How did that feel?
Amazing. Dude, like, I didn't know what to expect, you know?
Especially with that huge V.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
Pulling up like Simon Cowell.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were great hosts. They know how to make you feel welcome and accepted, and that was extended towards the whole event, you know. So during the opening ceremony, I just felt really welcome there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really felt like that. And given that it was like the first time pulling this off, it was quite.
Oh, was it the first?
It was Ho Chi Minh's first. festival.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, if there were any mistakes that happened, they would immediately fix it, you know, which was really great. And yeah, like he said, like it just felt so welcome. I felt like $1 million. yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I felt more welcome there than here.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So since you asked about like your experiences, privately, me and Gavin have talked about this before. Like you were very grateful that you got to go with two young up and coming actors because how did it make you feel going to this film festival after being other ones and being in the industry for so long with two up and coming actors who were so bright and bushy tailed, which is
Seeing
a good
as you're
thing.
so old and decrepit.
And jaded.
Very old and
You know, old and cynical.
Yes.
You know, it's like no, I'm like I told you, I'm so grateful that I got to go with them. I mean, I would have had a good time, you know, like
Regardless.
either way, but it would have been an entirely different experience. Getting to go to something like this, that was such a huge event and so well done and so warm and welcoming and everything, but getting to experience it through their eyes, you know, and to be with them while they were just kind of like taking it all in was really cool for me. It would have been a very different experience if I'd gone, like, say, with a producer or whatever. It would have been a very different experience. But getting to go with them and just, you know, like, just kind of be like a little bit of a big kid, you know, and getting to sort of like enjoy it. No, but really, like, you know, it's like you go there and you run into 7-Eleven, cream puff! I'm not even joking. It's like, I bet the cream here is delicious. It kind of felt like that, you know. It's like you're like, you know, and Sufi's like great with just sort of like finding things. You know, he's got that. You know, well, I mean, he's looking for a fucking shrine. And so he's already kind of done like, 10 things to do. Let's go to this place. You know, like, and go check out this. Oh, it's so fucking cool. Hey, it's a record store, thrift shop. Gotta go in there. You know?
Yeah, when we touched down, we went to this, like, it's a whole apartment building, but instead of like living quarters, it was like restaurants and shops and thrift shops. So it was really cool. Yeah.
And we had like what's it, bum cha?
Yeah.
And then later that night we had to have that conversation with that guy who's like, saying, "Oh, I'm half Vietnamese. Let me know if you want to do anything." And I'm like, I had bum cha today. Now he had no idea what I was talking about. And I'm like, this is a fucking famous like Vietnamese. I thought you're supposed to be half Vietnamese. And it's like, Sophie, where are we going?
How long were you there for?
It was just 3 nights.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We were supposed to be for 2, and I was like, give us one more, please.
Thank you.
For safety.
One more night.
We'll have 3 nights.
Yeah, we were just having a conversation this morning, like me and Sufi, and he was like, you know what, I really miss the
Breakfast.
the breakfast movie.
the
What is this breakfast?
The breakfast was the hotel breakfast was insane. Yeah, amazing.
Amazing.
Like this guy,
This guy.
this guy every morning he's eating and he's just like.
And it was like the last day where we were supposed to get into the car and off to the airport, and
He's still like, I know I haven't had the roti yet.
and me and Gavin have finished eating, and he's still like at the buffet line, just like, do I want dumplings today or
Hey man,
a European meal?
I'm not gonna turn down an opportunity like that.
he eats like Phil Rosenthal.
Ah.
Like somebody
I get
feed
it.
Phil, like he eats
Yeah.
like that, you know.
It feels like that Key and Peele sketch was like continental breakfast.
You got to make full use of your time there. So breakfast, might as well.
Yeah. And we had nothing to do with what we were wearing for the red carpet, but it looked like we kind of, like it looked like we had
recorded
planned it.
it, yeah.
Like, we coordinated.
Oh, okay. Who dressed you guys?
I was about to say I thought you were all styled by somebody.
Well, we were.
Oh,
We
you
were,
were.
but they had no idea what I was gonna wear. I had no idea what they were gonna wear.
Oh, but there was a styling team behind everybody's looks lah.
I was dressed by Charlene Chia.
Plug yourself.
And you want to plug
And
the
what were you wearing?
Who are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
I just got mine from Jekyll. It's honestly like that
That's the correct answer.
mine
Put this
was
bit out until we get sponsorship.
yeah that piece of cloth. I took like the idea of like Baju Raya, you have the kain samping, and I took the idea of what if you just extended that kain samping, turn it into like a skirt thing.
And what if I tak tutup aurat langsung?
That is because actually that's not right. And the top was I borrowed from a friend. Yeah.
So you were wearing yourself.
Pretty much.
Style.com as well.
Improvise.
Yeah. I was wearing a pretty support local type business called Aida dan Mina. Yeah, so if anyone wants to check out her stuff, it's pretty cool. Very comfortable. Yeah.
That's commercial consideration. Speaking of the t-shirts and clothes, how much fun, Gavin, was it coming up with all the Shaw Brothers t-shirts, or deciding which Shaw Brothers t-shirts that Fan would wear? Or was that not you? The blank look on your face tells me it was somebody else.
No, because at first I didn't know what you meant. No, that was a lot of fun. So Elaine, my costume designer, she basically showed me a catalog of stuff, and I knew I wanted Fang Liang to be wearing like a Hong Kong cinema T-shirt. I knew I wanted. At first, I was just thinking, maybe like Bruce Lee or something, and then when she showed me the catalog and everything, and I saw the John Woo film. Was it Better Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Better Tomorrow. I was like, yeah, no, it's got to be this. It's got to be this.
Burning the cigarette with the note.
Yeah. He had no idea. I don't think.
I mean, that's the thing, because, like, okay, so out of the group, was everyone around the same age-ish?
No,
In reference-
Sasi's the
right?
oldest.
Sasi's like,
the oldest. And
Sasi's a kid, right? No.
No, he doesn't. He's married.
He's married.
married.
And
Yeah.
he's in his 30s.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He didn't look
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a good way.
Yeah.
Like
That's how the
ngam-
wardrobe helped, though.
Yeah.
Because he has, like, this pretty swole body.
Yeah.
So that's why he's the one guy
in a hoodie, in a
ridiculously
tracksuit.
thick hoodie.
Also, another thing that that really helps to kind of buy the four of them is kind of roughly the same age. Because even like Nabil as Moose, he's in his 30s as well. Like,
Yeah, but he's tiny.
he's tiny. But I think another thing that also really helps is because of the way the scenes were constructed that you never ever see them around other students.
Yeah.
They're always just
Yeah.
alone and together.
Yeah.
And I think that also really helps to sell the idea that they're the same age or that they're kids. If we had put them in a classroom full of other school kids, it might stick out more.
And cost too much.
Yes.
Was that a consideration for
I remember we had an idea at one point of, like, trying to have, like, these blurry images of the other students, and they're the only ones that are.
Yeah.
In focus.
Like
Yeah.
Uni
Like-
Darko?
No, in the first draft of
Yeah.
the script, like there were other students,
Yeah.
like so the classroom was full of other kids.
And they were like, "This is
Yeah.
too much work."
But you have interns.
And then as your ideas start to evolve and the budget starts to evolve, you're just kind of like, well, maybe they can have like blurry things in the background and all that. And then after a while, it's like, it's the tension.
Four bad kids. Speaking of Sassy, how much fun was it to kick him in the nuts, and how many takes did it take?
Oh yes.
There were 2 days of that.
There was.
Because we reshot it.
Huh?
Because we reshot it, right?
Yeah, because we reshot it, so she kicked her in the nuts a couple times, and then we had to
Yeah.
shoot it again.
We had to
2
shoot
full days of kicking in the nuts. Excellent.
Technically, I would say 3 because we had to rehearse that.
Oh
as well.
shit!
Yeah, and when we rehearsed it, Shauki, the guy who was our stunt coordinator, he was basically saying, you can do this shot without any protection. And Sashi was like, huh? He's like, yeah, Mia, you just have to trust Mia. And I was like, I don't trust myself. It's like, you just kick him a certain way, like that doesn't like affect the nether region, and it'll be fine. And then when it got to the shoot day, I think Sasi's like, can I please get a jock strap? I don't trust her enough for this. It's like, okay. So we did it. But it was, I guess it was fun, but I got tired like kicking. I was just like, okay, do I have to do this again? Okay. And then apparently there was a way that I was kicking that Gavin was like, can you not lift don't leave your leg up to there, like there too long, because apparently I would kick and leave it there.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, shit, I have to think about that. So that's why we had to do a lot of takes. And then when we had to do it again the next day, so I was like, okay, Mia, like
Here we go again.
I know this is like the second time we're working together, but please, like just try to do it right. I was like, I'll try. I felt more pressure on me than on like him, like, yeah, that was fun, but would I do it again? Yes. Yes.
What was it also like being? I mean, you were enwrapped in these vines and stuff in the final scene.
And then were you buried? Was it in a?
You were buried slightly as well, right?
Not really.
I was in an open grave.
Your open grave.
And we all.
How long were you entrapped in these vines?
Girl, so I just remember that morning, the day before, I think Gavin or someone was like, okay, tomorrow you have to come early in the morning because it'll be a long day for you. So please, when you come, go use the toilet first. Like after you eat, like as much water as you drink, we need to wait for you to like use the toilet, and then we'll wrap you up. It's like, okay. And I think call time was like 8. Oh no, call time was 6. I was in that thing by 8, and I think I remember getting out of it around like 12 or 1.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, I guess, not that long, but if you're in that grave for like 5 hours, it does something to you. But I just combated that by sleeping. It was quite cozy.
In your open grave.
Yeah, and so every once in a while I ask me to sleep, and then someone has to go like, Mia, you have to react. Okay.
The guys all got to have heavy emotional scenes, and you got to be molested by Bella Rahim. Did you feel cheated not to have the heavy emotional scene, or was that?
And how much slime was on you by the end of it?
Quite a lot. I remember catching a cold because it was I was like really covered in a lot of
KY.
yeah KY loop, yeah. And I mean, it was fine. I've done another shoot where I was covered in worse, which was like a giant vat full of just like KY lube, I guess, but it was like starch. So I had to be like doused in that. So compared to that, this was actually like child's play.
Starch will dry and
Yeah.
it'll be crusty.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's weird about that grave?
What?
We didn't dig it.
I mean, it was just there.
When we were wrecking, and they're like, oh, that's cool. We can put Melati in there. Like it was already there.
This is Geng Kubur 3.
Yeah, and I remember like someone woke me up like, Mia, we're done. Finally. And then they're like, wait. I hear Gavin's voice like, let's take a picture. And I was like, fuck you guys. With as much room as I could in that thing. I like put the middle finger through the vines like this while the picture was being taken.
She told me while we were putting it on her, like, that she was claustrophobic.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and I was like, why didn't you say anything before?
Why?
It's
Or
like,
like
I mean,
this-
we wouldn't have changed the scene.
We would have been nicer about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was, but I think because I was with people that I trusted, and when I got into the grave, it was like quite cozy, so I didn't have many complaints. I was like, oh, okay, this is nice, and then I fell asleep. It wasn't that bad.
So what did you do with all the printed prims?
Oh God,
Oh.
yeah.
The what?
The
Who's
printed
got 'em?
prims.
Oh,
Sassy took some home.
Oh, that's weird.
Sassy took some home. I guess the rest of them went back to Paul's workshop.
That day when we walked into that, for me, the first day we walked in that set after Paul dressed it, it was just weird. It's just strange.
Like,
Just,
I just started giggling. I was like, yes.
all
Welcome to my
those
brain,
expressions.
motherfuckers.
what was the inspiration behind that?
What the
The set. I mean,
TV
actually,
show.
the choice to make it like a TV show, yeah, like a talk show, as opposed to everybody else's, which was like kind of like slightly more real life based.
it just kind of came to me. It wasn't like it wasn't something that I've been holding on to for any particular reason or anything. I just kind of liked the I wanted everyone's nightmare sequence to be different. And because I knew that Furhan's and Fang Liang's were family based, I wanted to get as far away from that as possible for the other two. And for me, because Prem's whole dilemma is he has no real connection to his own culture, his own race, or at least that's his insecurity, that's his fear. What in my mind would be like sort of like a scary situation is if you were in the talk show from hell, you know. So it's almost kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street sequence, you know. So if you were to imagine that the talk show host was Freddy, it's that kind of idea, you know. So which is why I love the whole idea of it kind of like him being completely disorientated in this very happy, colorful talk show, and then suddenly the knife comes out and he gets like stabbed in the hand. To me, that was very funny, but also very shocking, you know. And I thought like, you know, like, well, you know, this will be fun,
Yeah.
you know. And it was just really a chance to just go nuts with it.
How many prems did you print out? How
I
many
don't
were
know.
there?
No, because at first it was just a regular live audience.
Oh.
At first it was a regular live audience, and then, you know, after a while you realize there's no fucking way we can fill the place. And then I was wondering, well, do we have to see the audience? But then the way I've written it, there's so much audience interaction, like just with the way that Charles's character just you know, like
Plays off the
audience. And I think it was during Recce. Where I had the thought. And then I mentioned it to you. I mentioned it to Paul. Paul's like, I like it. I like that, eh? And but it was quite close to show. I was asking him like, is there enough time? Because so that meant that we had to get Sassy in to like take those photos.
Yeah.
For them to have enough time to do them. Which and so we took those photos while they were doing their theater exercises, their theater classes with Bella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that shot worked out better if it didn't have a live audience, because it's literally like many facets of him looking back at him and laughing at him in that sense.
All those
Yeah.
goofy faces.
Yes. Also, how much nasi lemak was there on set? Because he had that one nasi lemak scene.
No, not that many. You want to talk about that?
It was, I think, yeah, sure, we can talk about it. It wasn't that much.
How about
It was just-
how about those maggots?
well, I was really worried about it because I have a phobia of maggots.
Same.
I did.
You nearly did.
I did during script reading.
Right.
Because when the word maggot came up,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was just no.
True.
I can't. I can't deal with maggots. I just the thought of them just crawling there. I will. Yeah. But
Not now.
not now. Yeah.
See?
But what happened on set was it was mealworms, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looked like mealworms.
It
They
was
weren't-
yeah.
they were
So
mealworms.
I told them like, guys, if you really want to do maggots, just prepare like a bucket next to my seat, just a heads up. But when I got to set and it was just mealworms, I was like, oh, okay, I can deal with that. So it was fine. It was fine.
Which are harder to direct.
Can
No,
you
because
guys-
they're fast.
Damn word.
Yeah.
Right? When we got, like, every time we wanted to roll, it's like, quick, the cucumber's going away. They be moving shit on the plate.
Yeah.
You're like, slow down. It's so fucking fast.
Who had to clean that shit up?
Not
Paul.
me.
Oh,
I mean,
mate.
art department.
It was Johnny, I think.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Johnny, yeah.
Johnny Lai.
My God, he was like picking them up with his fingers, dude.
Yeah. He was fearless.
He was.
He should have been Fang Liang's dad. Fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have.
Mealworms taste like mushrooms.
They do?
They do.
Oh.
No, because remember back in the day, like they used to have Fear Factor Malaysia. They were doing like this Fear Factor Malaysia like roadshow kat Wan Utama. My friend wanted to go like enjoy and like, okay, then I got the one that I got to eat the mealworms. And like, okay.
You had to. Oh.
And I was like, oh, it just tastes like mushrooms.
Was it cooked or was it like?
Oh, it was still wriggling.
It was live lah.
Yes.
Live
right.
meal.
His face. It's like,
So you know what a fish feels like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't a hook in it.
Yeah, I still remember like the day before, like he was supposed to do that scene where he would like see the mealworms. He got a call and I was with him, and I think someone called him to let him know like, oh, we're doing the scene with the maggots tomorrow. And but I couldn't hear what the person was saying on the call. I just see his face go like, hi. Ah. Okay. Thank you. What's wrong? Are you okay? It's like, I have to do the scene tomorrow. Yeah.
did you have anything to eat before that, or you just made sure you were on an empty stomach?
No, I didn't think too much about it actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to dedicate any energy towards that. I was like, I was gonna deal with it when I get to it. And thankfully, no, there was no puking on set.
Thank
It was
goodness for
fine.
that.
It was fine. It was fine. Yeah.
Were you okay with the mealworms? Shooting it?
Sashma was supposed to shoot it, but he was late.
You had to get in real close, didn't you?
No, that's when, in a way, that helped me deal with the phobia a bit.
Okay.
I still don't like them. But, I mean, I don't know, because maybe it'll be different if it was actual maggots. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But for me, with the mealworms, it was more like, cause you just fucking stay still so we can get this shot.
Yeah.
They just, and just moving everything around, it was really fucking annoying. Did you get you had to get a spoonful,
Yeah, we
right?
had.
Yeah.
Like you.
That was my hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my hand. But actually, I didn't think that it was that challenging. For me, I think the most challenging was, I don't know if you remember this guy, but the one where we're in Firhan's room, and when they put the red color filter,
Yeah.
and we were stuck there for like a few shots or something like that. And the moment like it was done, we came out.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because that room was lit completely red, right? Because it's supposed to go from white to red. And we were just in red for a really long time.
Yep.
When you go back to regular light after that, it was
It was weird.
just confusing. Your eyes just,
Like
we're just
Wizard of
like,
Oz.
what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it was like some weird deep sea shit. You came out really disoriented. Just give me a second. I don't know what's up and down.
Actually, that bedroom looked really tight. Was it genuinely tight?
Insanely tight.
Okay, no wonder. Because from the shots, it looked like you really didn't have much room. It felt very claustrophobic.
They somehow
in
built
there.
a bunk bed in there. And I think if you slept up there, you like had this much on
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, they built that set.
No.
No,
like,
that was
someone's
that-
house.
Someone's
that
house.
bunk- that was
Okay.
someone's house. That bunk bed was already there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that bunk bed is a big reason I
Yeah.
I
You
like
Chose
that
that
room.
house.
Yeah.
That chose that room. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, he's like, I like this. And I'm like, right behind, during recce, right behind the wall, like, I think we can get it in. Can we move this bed? Which we couldn't. We just moved the mattress off.
Yeah,
but it was very tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tight, it was tight.
But a cool looking room, so.
Yeah, it
It
added
was.
to the shot. The fact that
Yeah.
it felt that claustrophobic. It felt like even I felt I was trapped inside that room.
Actually, that just reminded me. Remember during recce, we went to some location which looked interesting. It was this old ass wooden house. I think for Fang Liang's house or something.
Yeah.
And it looked really cool. Except when the owner said, nobody opened that door. And we were like, why? Oh, no, it's okay. It's just someone's ill in there. Will he be there when we're shooting? Yeah. What's he got? He's just ill. And this was the age of COVID. And
And we're like, we're not shooting here.
yeah.
Yeah, when you guys shoot this again? It was sometime.
We shot it. Was it September?
Between the first, I want to say between the first and second PKP.
No, it was 2022.
It was,
Eh?
it was 2022.
Yes.
It was I think it was September 2022.
After the PKP or?
Yeah, after
PKP.
Are you confusing it with Murder by Moonlight?
You might be.
Ah,
which you,
that
which
was
you did,
between, yeah,
which
that
you
was
did
between.
shoot between.
Yeah, that was between.
yeah.
That's right.
So it was September 2022.
Yeah.
But still, COVID is still among us.
Yeah.
We're still living in the
Albeit
COVID guy.
in a
But
lesser
I mean,
capacity.
would anyone be comfortable? As like, just don't go in that room.
Just the description of ill is like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
what?
it's like they've got some Victorian fucking disease in there. They've got the wasting or something.
And even if it wasn't contagious, just the idea of like someone old just dealing with all of us screaming and clanging loud, and
Yeah.
And it was tight.
it was tight.
It was tight. I mean, like it looked cool.
because it was a very narrow fucking.
Yeah, but
weird
basically,
looking-
you would just be like choosing the location for two cool shots.
Yeah.
Basically, like I mean, like it was very sort of narrow and tight and all that. And you could one room with some fucking guy in there. You couldn't even go in. There were just too many issues with it. But like when you walk in, it's 100% full on atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know that. Well, you know this fucking walkway is gonna look good. But beyond that, there's just too many things going on in that sequence to.
Yeah,
To
there
use
weren't
it.
places for him to hide.
Yeah.
There. Come on, Ian.
You got all those fucking.
Yeah,
names.
exactly. I'm like,
Yeah, we're like-
come on, Ian. Bring out your notes.
Choosing the
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Please.
I want to know what's your. I don't think we've ever talked, but what was your favorite shot for this film that you had to do, or memorable?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one.
So many.
Yeah. Because, okay, shots that I enjoyed doing was chasing y'all down that corridor
No, yeah.
in the jungle.
In
Just
the
sprinting
jungle.
through the jungle with them was fun. Tiring as hell, but that was fun. Because it was like, because we hadn't planned it, that shot, but you were like, is there any way you can follow them? Like, at speed? Yeah. Use a steady cam? No steady cam. Fuck it, let's sprint it. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Did you hold the camera or
Yeah.
was it okay?
You're terrified
That was
of
just
breaking it and dropping it?
Sprint. It was. I mean, worried about dropping the camera because that was the rental.
Yeah.
And it was a heavy fucker, which actually helped to make it look steadier. For me, the worry was stopping. Because going one way, the end of it was a lake. Rocks and a lake. Like a little pool. A pond, more or less like a pond. And then the other end is the entire crew who had to like stand like a bunch of people. Like my crew's there like, grab me, like, boom, run into them. So that was a hell of a lot of fun. But the scenes that I loved lighting the most was Fang Liang's house. Because you could go really crazy with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was, and all the sequences and everything, like him hiding and stuff, I think is still really effective right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. And I have a weird soft spot for our first shot. Because that was the first day.
Which shot?
They were seeing the counselor office
Oh,
scenes.
the therapy.
Yeah. Because, I always feel like the first shot usually sets the tone. So, like that one, first off, we had this super slow push-in. Right? But it's also, at that point, that's when I realized, like, oh yeah, you can play the whole movie from this guy's face. This works. This totally
This guy?
works.
This
This
guy's
guy.
face.
This guy.
Is there?
Because it's literally just going into his face and him, like, as I'm watching, like, yeah, he's mental. This'll work.
In a good way.
In a good way. In a good way.
And Sufi does have this amazingly expressive face where like he looks one way, but then when he gets angry, it changes. Like I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Like
Especially in that, like, one of those really foreboding close-ups.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
really like, ah! Oh, shit!
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And then, but then in the premiere, and we're watching on that gigantic screen, like, is this too tight?
No,
Not everyone's gonna see the screen this big, right?
it's like no, it's not too tight.
No, I think like all of the actors when we were watching it on the big screen, we were like, "Whoa, my face is big. My face is huge." You know?
I think coming from directing theater, I love a fucking tight shot.
Ooh, although one sequence, it took a long time to get, and it wasn't nothing technical. It was just choreography. The one where the monster pops up behind
Oh
you,
yeah.
which was like, it was hard to do, but so satisfying when you got it right.
Yeah.
No, it's the one where like you're
Yeah, Sabrina was.
where you were sort of like walk there, then like okay go, and like walk there,
Yeah,
go.
I remember
And
that.
it's just the whole idea behind it was just wanted to do like because in the script it's written as separate shots, and then I was like no I want to try and do this all in one shot, where he's. I just like that idea of him just sort of walking here and she's in a distance,
Yeah.
and he walks there, she's closer and closer until she's like
Just
right
made
behind
it
him.
creepier. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But that took a lot of takes.
it was like the ex-prime minister's wife when he was saying that he was going to leave.
But I really like that part, and then the transition to the room for the next shot. Wow,
Yeah, no, I love that.
Oh
transition.
yeah,
was
yeah,
cool,
wait,
that was cool.
yeah, that's right.
like how the sound just like kind of just silence
Yeah.
after that. That's so cool.
But like Ian, you were saying when you were watching the film that you really liked the shot of when the Hantu Kope was behind Melati.
Yeah. There's the blurring you did there when you actually brought
Oh,
it
the
to
slow
focus.
motion one when she's
It's just
slowly turning.
the slowly turn, but you can see the Hunter Comic, but it's purposely blurred. And then when it screams, its face is blurred. You don't focus on it.
Yeah.
And I thought if they keep it like this the whole time, it's gonna look fucking awesome. Because if it's just blurry the whole time, you can't see it.
It'd be very hard. It'd be very
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
keep it like that. the
We
whole time.
kind of wanted to, but
We wanted to, and we were
At a
trying to
certain
figure it out, but
point,
at
it
a
just-
certain point, it's like you just couldn't. You had to show her at
Yeah.
some point. Yeah. But it was just sort of that introduction of slowly bringing her into Melati's awareness and sequence.
But not being able to see it, and just then like, okay, I should see this now. I can't see what it is still. It's fucking terrifying.
remember when we did that shot where the Hantu's hand was reflected in your eye?
Yeah.
That was just funny to set up.
Yeah. Because it was like the small little. It was like one of those one of the first cameras, right?
Yeah,
It was one of the first cameras ever. You had to put the whole blanket on top of you, just to get the shot.
Because I think we had the idea, and then just asking the gaffer like, "Is this possible?" He's like,
Mana abang?
"Give me a second." And he starts coming back with all this black cloth. I'm like, and we just had to position you just
In the
right
sun.
spot.
Like
in
there
the
was like
sun.
a gap in the
Tiny
tent.
little hole.
Yeah, and I just had to put my face there. And then Bella Rahim's hand was from like outside, like coming in. So
Yeah.
like from the outside, you just see like this black cloth and Bella Rahim with like her hand disappearing in a hole. Yeah.
What would have
Movie
been
magic is weird.
What would have been the most? Would that have been the most difficult shot that you would have done in this shoot?
No,
What would have been the most difficult one?
the spinning one.
Oh, okay.
Even if it didn't rain, that was a difficult shot. So yeah, the green screen in a way is kind of a blessing as well.
Do you think you could have made it work if it was sunnier?
If you and more time.
And
Or
more time.
More
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
It's-
more
the shot
time.
just needed time.
Yeah, more time and resources definitely.
Because we set aside a good 3-4 hours for it. Minus setup just to shoot it, because even when we set it up, it's that thing where, because it had a motor, right?
Okay.
And it's that thing when you realize, wow, when you have 6 people on this thing, so on top of the motor, you needed someone to kind of jumpstart it and run with it until it started spinning.
And they get the fuck out.
The guy handling the switch was hidden in a bush, because that's the other tricky thing. It's 360.
Yeah.
So it's like, clear out all those tents. Where are you? Okay, go hide in that bush. So he's like a fucking, it looked like Nam. He's just there,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Being on that, we could, when they would like yell action, there's like 20 people like running behind the camera.
Classic.
So yeah, that would have, even if we had good weather, that would have been a very difficult shot.
Yeah, we needed more than a day for that.
How long have we been going on for now?
Hour and a bit. What, have you guys run out of questions?
Here's the entire list.
Yes, go.
I mean, Gavin, you've crafted a story where each of your gang is confronted by something terrible from their past, right? So when it comes to your own cinematic career, what is your
Yeah.
what is it you can't face?
What is it I can't
What is it you can't face?
Cinematic.
It's cinematic. What's the question?
What is it you can't face?
What is?
What's your what?
What is it? It's from the fucking Love Guru. When he's like, "What is it you can't face?
What is it you can't face?
What is it you can't face?"
Oh.
No, but I'm
Kill a bit.
yeah, but what's the question?
From your own cinematic past, what is it you can't face? If it was you in the jungle, what would it be your cinematic past?
Oh, right.
Oh.
I just wanted to do the joke, but never mind.
It's like I don't get it.
Just talk about going back again, it'll be fine.
You know what? I mean, there's a lot of me in those sequences. And, it'd probably be something similar. Probably something similar. Yeah, I think like I think I would definitely go through something like what Prem went through. And because I am such a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, it probably would be Freddy. I always loved those sequences where Freddy was like in a suit or he'd be wearing something else, and probably be some weird shit like that. Or it would be drowning.
Ooh.
Like that's something that always I've always I think I've always kind of had fears of dying in the worst horrific ways that I've seen in film. You know, so like being buried alive, or drowning.
Giant shark.
Yeah, being eaten alive, that kind of shit, or being cooked.
Yeah.
You know, being cooked, like that kind of thing. Like those are the things that really sort of freak me out. So yeah, it'd probably be something like that. I'd probably like my nightmare sequences that I think I'd be like in a giant oven, or something like that.
Do you guys like horror movies?
Yes. I love it.
'Cause I was surprised with all the references you put in the movie, Gavin. You talked about David Lim saying Han character and it has his like horror double bill movies. You didn't say what the horror double bill was. So what would your horror double bills be?
Let me think. Sorry, I've been put in a position where I have to think a bit.
We can come back to you.
Well, did you have one? Like,
If I had to think of one now, today I'm going to pick Life Force and Extra,
Life Force.
yeah.
because they're fresh in my mind.
Always. You just wake up in the morning. Life Force and Extra.
Life Force and Extra. That's a very specific double. That's a very specific double bill.
Yes.
A lot of tits.
It was so arty for just a second.
Yeah, before death. Tits before death.
Okay.
Now that's a fucking poster right there.
Evil Dead 2 and Angel Heart.
Which is
Very
first?
nice, very nice.
I think it started off with Evil Dead 2 for fun. Yeah. And then you end with, voodoo and incest.
Sounds like a good mix.
I don't know. My
Still
double
thinking over there.
my double bill picks are like they don't really match with each other, but they make sense in my head.
It's your,
which
it's your
is
film festival.
It's your
Yeah.
first festival.
which is Alien, the first Alien,
Yeah, great
Yeah.
choice.
with Under the Skin, which is like a
yeah.
the Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
film.
yeah, good choice.
Very good choice.
Yeah, it just makes sense because of the aliens. Part. Yeah.
Sufiyan?
Last but not least.
This is just like your favorite.
You're putting on a
if you
film
would-
festival
if you-
double bill. What do you want to put on?
Like a horror double bill.
Two horror films.
Munafik 1 and
And Munafik.
Jangan pandang belakang.
Belakang.
It Follows. I really like It Follows. And I think there was something we watched recently that kind of. Oh no, not that one. No, sorry. I was gonna say Long Legs, but I wasn't a fan of the second half. Maybe Predators. The first Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Old school.
Back in the Jungle.
Back
Back in
in
the jungle.
You have affinities for jungles, I see.
Yeah, can't run away from them.
I mean, Gavin's your cameo in the movie is on the radio, right? That's the only time you appear.
It's the film begins and ends with my voice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the first one though is like the fresh tortilla, the fresh tomatoes, crunchy lettuce, creamy mayonnaise, all stuffed in a warm tortilla. Now that the four actors are all actual real friends, which one of you is which ingredient?
So,
Fresh tomatoes,
avant-garde
crunchy
questions.
lettuce, creamy
Now that
mayonnaise,
is
and
a
a warm
junket
tortilla.
question.
Huh.
Fresh tomatoes, creamy mayonnaise, lettuce, and what was the
Warm
last?
tortilla.
Warm tortilla.
No meat.
No meat.
It's a vegetarian taco.
Who's the? I think you could probably start with who's the tortilla? Who wraps you all together? Don't say Gavin.
Okay.
Tortilla. I think Sassy.
Sassy's the third.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
my
say.
vote,
I
yeah.
was gonna say Sassy's the warm
Sassy,
tortilla.
Sassy's the warm tortilla.
Without without discussing it with you, I think like for me it would be Sassy warm tortilla. Lettuce would be Firhan. Tomatoes would be Fang Liang, and I would be the creamy mayonnaise. Yeah.
I was gonna say Fang Liao Lion would be mayonnaise. He's unpredictable.
Mayonnaise. If you buy mayonnaise in Malaysia, it's very unpredictable.
Because I say this because like I used to make toast with just butter, but I found out that using mayonnaise is even better.
On toast?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get on famous now.
Well, I mean, like if you like mayo.
No, you don't taste mayo.
Huh?
It don't. It creates a better crust.
Crispier, yeah.
Better, crispier crust.
Oh yes, or, no,
Yeah.
or you mean like if you're doing like a grilled
cooking-
cheese? or
Grilled
something.
cheese.
Or if you just want toast.
No. I
Yeah.
know. I know that trick. Yeah,
Seals in the
yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Wait, what was it? Oh, we've strayed so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
Lettuce and tomatoes.
Lettuce, yeah. Who are your lettuce and tomatoes?
Ooh. I guess you're tomato
Another
and I'm
t-shirt
lettuce.
too. Lettuce
Yeah.
and tomatoes.
I don't get how mayo's unpredictable.
We're lettuce and tomato. Okay.
Yeah, interesting question.
And then finally, Gavin, was it intentional that you would like get into that Malaysian tradition of having a horror movie where the fifth word out of every character's mouth is guys?
Is that a tradition? Does that happen a lot?
Every modern set Malaysian horror movie. It's like, hey guys, gotta go, guys.
Yeah, no, it wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened.
It's the easiest way to get everyone's attention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of happened.
So yeah, go ahead, check out.
Wait, are we, do you know
Are
more
you
questions?
closing it? Up to you. Like, you guys are running the ship right now. Stop looking at me like I have all the answers. For fuck's sake. I know it's my house and my equipment, but that doesn't mean I have the answers to all your questions.
For anyone who
Would you
hasn't
like a
seen-
song?
song would be nice.
Don't
for
get
anyone who
me
hasn't seen
started.
the movie on Netflix and has listened all this way through the podcast, what would you say to them to get them to watch the movie on Netflix?
Ooh. You first.
There's the first thing that came to mind. There's tits.
Orchids.
But not the way you think.
Not the way you
You're
think.
right.
Don't missell the thing.
Actually, sorry, before that,
Yes.
will the upload onto the product is going to be streamed on Netflix? Will it have less? Was there any censorship?
There was, but very minor. And all of the censorship was audio.
Okay.
There were
Yeah.
no cut scenes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then, will the audio be restored for the Netflix?
No,
edition?
it'll be the theatrical version.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we got the censorship notes in time that we were able to make the changes in a way that it's
It didn't affect the theatrical release.
it didn't affect anything. And in most of the cases, I actually prefer what we replaced it with.
Okay.
I think it was, it was an opportunity to. I think the lines that we ended up replacing them with were actually funnier than what was cut. So no, what the version that's going to be on Netflix will be the theatrical version, which I'm super proud of. I mean, that is my director's cut.
And if there is a potential for a sequel, would you prefer to do it as a film or as a series?
I mean, like I've thought about this, and there really is a lot of the possibilities are kind of endless. Like the way that their characters are set up, and also their ritual. There's many ways you could continue it.
Sliders.
It could work. It could work as a sequel idea could work very well as a film. It could work as a series, or even if you wanted to do like kind of a different sort of series where the Geng Kubur kind of bookends the episodes, but the meat of the story is actually the stories they tell when they're in the graveyard. Like that's another way to approach it as well.
Yeah.
Put
So
a dog in it and you've got Scooby-Doo essentially.
Thinking more Fear Club or Midnight Club, but okay.
yeah. So I mean, I've thought about it, and like I was telling you the other day, I definitely feel that we're not done.
Yeah.
I think it's just a question of when and finding the right story, the right angle, the right reason. Rather than you don't want to do it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Not just for a
but-
cash grab.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's it's certainly not that. But I mean, I think creatively, there's a lot there, and I think that I think I speak for everyone when I say that we would all love to, get the gang back together again and do something. Maybe not something as straightforward as a sequel. It could be an equal. Ooh.
New ideas.
Geng Kubur the equal?
Like no, it's not a sequel. It's an equal. Same gang, different story.
got
But yeah, there's definitely a possibility, and it's definitely a world that I would love to revisit. I mean, I fell in love with these characters. I fell in love with the world. And it was such a great time. So definitely, I mean, if I had all the money in the world, it could even work as an anime.
Ooh. But yeah.
Anime would be a bit cheaper, right?
Huh?
Anime, no.
We did. No. I don't think it would, right? But getting back to Ian's question, so
Fucking
if there
live
was,
action people, you know nothing about animation.
I don't.
It's fucking expensive.
if there's something you could get to tell people to watch Geng Kubur when it comes out on Netflix, what would it be?
Okay, I can add on to what you said.
Yeah.
There's tits.
There's tits.
There's lube.
There's lube.
You want to finish it off, Gavin?
I mean, you're just writing the Netflix
There's
synopsis.
There's tits, there's lube, and there's 4 curious kids.
Plus one.
Plus one.
Plus 1.
Do you have anything you guys want to pitch? No, not pitch. Anything
There's
you wanna-
tits, there's lube, and 4 curious
Curious
kids.
Is there anything guys you want to plug?
What will
Barry?
happen? What will be left of them?
Sorry, you were saying.
Is there anything you want to plug, bearing in mind this might take a couple of weeks to come out?
Some projects may already be done.
I mean, while we're on the subject, one thing I would like to plug is Cinema Cult
Who did all your merch?
has come up with some really cool Geng Kubur merch. There's a couple of T-shirts, a sweatshirt, a tote bag, a sticker set, and I've got all of them. They're all awesome. and it's not just it's not just like the designs and everything. I mean, like the T-shirts, the material is really good. It's really good. It's really cool. It's really comfortable. And also. Motherfucker also did a limited edition T-shirt. Although that one, I'm not sure if it's still available because I think that was like it was a limited run. So I'm not too sure you can check on that. But the Cinema Cult stuff is still available, and I highly recommend it. I'm not just saying it because it's my movie's merch. It's good shit. Like it's good.
I mean, check out Cinema Cult in general.
Yeah.
I think there's a new separate.
Yasmin
Ahmad.
Yes,
Yes.
Yasmin Ahmad collection. They did fucking Imaginor. Yeah, and
they have a line for Me Fest, like during the Me Fest,
Yes.
they made it
it's
specially.
good stuff. Really good stuff. And they're just good guys, nice guys, really sweet guys.
So yes, thank you guys for coming on the pod to talk about Geng Kubur, Kai included. Thank you, Ian, for... Wait, this is a collaborative thing, so anyway...
No thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure you check out McYap and Fries. Where can you find McYap and Fries?
It's at McYapFries.com.
There you go. And for Geeks in Malaysia, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're all over the place. Go and check us out. Make sure you check out our Ko-fi as well if you want to donate anything. ko-fi.com/geeks in Malaysia.
This shit you're prepared for, but the actual questions you guys just do dead air? Is that what happens when I'm not part of the fucking steering group?
Yeah. Universal Studios Japan.
Fuck off!
Also, before we end,
Spider-Man the Ride.
That's what they call them.
It's not even there anymore.
Bought the T-shirt.
they call
Didn't bring the questions.
where can our audiences find you guys, Mia and Sophie,
There.
on social media
Find us on Kai's
platforms?
couch.
They're right there.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and anywhere pretty much at Mia Sarash. Yes.
You can find me stumbling around in the jungle somewhere. I like to do that on my weekends. Or you can just go to Instagram, Firdaus Sufiyan. Whatever works.
Whatever works.
I just had this image of you, like, in the jungle with a guilty masturbator face. With his lube by his shrine. He said,
Yes. Come.
in my mouth.
But any projects that you guys want to plug, like anything in the next couple months or anything that's happening, anything you guys can plug? No.
For me, nothing for now. More to be announced next year.
Okay.
But nothing to announce for now. Yeah.
I will be doing Titus Andronicus by Lowercase Labs at DPAC from the 15th to the 18th of August. Please get your tickets if you'd like to come.
Yes.
Mwah.
We're not sure if this will be
Gotcha.
out in time.
Exactly. It's not that this is out in time.
Otherwise, if you hear this, forget about it.
Why weren't you there? It was great.
Why weren't you there in the first place?
I got my tickets.
Yeah, because it also has
The
Mia Sabrina.
explosion's incredible.
Yes, the Mia Sabrina from
Geng
Geng
Kubur
Kubur is
is
also,
also
in
in
it
the
too.
show.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening.
I am Amelia Chen.
I'm Nick Dorian.
I mean, McNally.
I'm Khairil M. Bahar.
I'm Gavin Yap.
I'm Sufiyan.
I'm Mia Sara Shauki.
Keep geeking out, yo.
Podcast.
Thanks.